Good evening, everyone. Happy Republic Day, first of all. And I had to come live because there was additional information, I would say, which is given in the students' journal, which has been released. And I thought it has to be discussed in detail because this adds to more of confusions on how should the students prepare for the examinations, right? So that is what I wanted to discuss, and there has not been great clarity on integrated business solution. And after reading through the students' journal today, I think it is adding more confusion than some kind of solution or some kind of guidance is what I believe. So I will take you through what is given as a part of this particular journal. What are they trying to do, what are they trying to test from students, and the challenges that you will further face, because this is very different from the existing case studies that institute has released. So let more students join in. If you are able to see my screen and audio clearly, please let me know, and we'll start the session in about half a minute's time. Right, so I hope the screen is visible and the audio is also visible. Now, what they have done is they have given some industry analysis and what they will be testing in integrated business solution. Now, this part of the student journal, there is nothing new. Okay, this part of the student journal, we already know what they would be testing and all of that. They have said you have to make business decisions and all of them. All of that is fine. Now, the bouncer that they have done, or the new thing that they have added, is analysis of Indian tea sector. Now, if I compare this with what happens in SEMA examinations, where they at the strategic case study level, which is tested out of UK, for every examination they give an industry analysis. Now, is institute trying to say that they will be testing something on tea industries, because they have given a lot of information on tea industry? What is the tea industry, and what is the trend in the domestic market, what happens in the supply chain? A lot of things have been given about the industry. Now this kind of industry analysis, if they are testing or if they want to test, then they have to clearly tell us that okay, these are the industries that we will be testing in this particular attempt. But that does not look like the case. They have just given the information about tea industry, and they have given case studies. There are two case studies. One is case study related to some company called as RTL Limited, and then there is another case study which is related to another entity. They have given the case studies, and again a lot of information in the case studies. When was it established? What are they doing? What is their product? So this is good. I'm not saying this is bad way of testing, but students, we need more clarity on, will this be the pattern that will be tested in the examination? Because in examination you will not have time to read through all of these, analyze and attempt the answers. So normally what happens in international case study examination is all this industry related information is given beforehand, and based on that questions are tested in the examination. Now this comes as a surprise to me that they have added this kind of case studies. And look at the topics. They're saying they will industry, tea plantation, drying, fermenting, cutting. Now these things we will not be able to, if they suddenly ask from, let us say, hospital industry, or if they suddenly ask from oil and gas industry, we will not be aware of all the technicalities. So I hope institute comes out with more clarity as to, will it be industry specific? Because let me tell you, every one of us, we do not have same level of industry knowledge. Then subject, strategic cost management, financial reporting, auditing, taxes, and very important, Porter's five forces. This is something that you would have read and forgotten also by now. what you have read at CA inter level. So strategic management becomes very, very important because they are saying 5 forces: control of supply chain, horizontal integration, vertical integration. All of these things we have learned in CA intermediate. Now you have written CA inter 2 years back or 3 years back. You may not remember everything. Again, Mendelow's matrix. Mendelow's matrix has been added to CA inter new syllabus. It was not even there in your existing or old syllabus. So this becomes really, really tricky from examination point of view. If they are testing this way, not only the 7 papers that you are reading, you need to study strategic management also again. Otherwise, if they ask a question on Porter 5 forces, or if they ask a question on integration, or if they ask a question on BCG matrix, every one of you may not be aware of everything, right? So that is where this thing becomes again, more challenging. So that is one part. Then if you look at the answers, in the descriptive answers, a lot of focus has been given in the Porter 5 forces model. Now this is where again you have to be extra careful. Then as you read ahead, they have been testing specific standards on auditing, specific Ind AS. So the more I look at the case studies, the more burden is what I feel that is being added, right? Then if you look at further questions, now here the regulatory authority, what kind of player it is, I will bet those of students who are writing in May 24 are not even aware of Mendelow's matrix, to be very, very frank, because that was not there as a part of CA intermediate old syllabus. It is a part of CA inter new syllabus, but that is also being tested. A lot of thing on specific T aspects that is being tested. So that is where I think they have added more confusion. So now, of course, in the subsequent material, if they give us more industry analysis, we should read this. At least you should make it a point to study about the industry, right? Then in the next case study also, again you have just in time, customer profitability analysis, more to do with your costing, startup, target costing, pricing strategy. Specific notification number 12 by 2017, dated 28 June 2017. Now they are also testing memory here. And then FEMA 1999. Now those of you who are thinking we will not learn or we will not study set A, you are also being trapped here. And again, looking at the questions and looking at the length of the case study, it is really going to be difficult unless institute comes up with more clarity. So to be frank, I think they need to give us more clarity. These kind of just out of the blue case studies, first time they are testing with limited clarity, will be really difficult for the students. So that is one thing I felt always, that we don't have great clarity on what will be the testing or what will be the way that will be tested in the examination, especially for group 2 students, right? So I suggest you go through this case study. Don't get scared, of course, I am scaring you, but then it is really, really difficult for me to tell you that it will be an easy examination that you will be writing, especially because they have added a industry study related bouncer. See, so far what they were saying, they will give a case study, based on that they will ask questions. Now they are saying they will give an industry analysis. If that is the way it is being tested, it will be more difficult for students who are writing in May 24 examination, right? So that is it from my side. If we get more clarity, if we get more insights, of course we'll come over and we'll discuss with you guys. But to be frank, what this reminds me is CIMA strategy case study examination that we have, where specific industry used to be tested in the examination, right? So a lot of things, like if you were tested in, as I mentioned earlier, oil industry, or if they test you about cement industry, if they test you about automobile industry, everybody does not have that kind of knowledge. So that is what we need to be extra careful about. If statistics like this, what constitutes 8% of the total market, then what is the threat of substitute. So again, strategic management is going to be important. So please go back and refresh your strategic management related concept, right? So that is all I have here. This is hosted on BOS portal, BOS live portal. You can download that and you can go through it once and try to be better prepared for the upcoming examination. I'll also be doing one separate video where I will be giving some strategies that you can follow to be prepared, what topics to prepare, what kind of topics to be prepared, how to make your own material for the examination. That I'll be coming up separately in the upcoming week. That will help you to prepare better for the examination. Chalo, thank you. That was from my side, my view on what they had given. If you have any more questions, you can put it down at the comment, and I'd be more than happy to address them. Chalo. Thank you, and have a nice day.